Tonight, we'll report on what allegedly led up to a fatal shooting in Moses Lake and when the Bluegrass Music Festival returns to George. What's happening in sports, Bob?
Ephrata girls soccer opens the season on the road at Quincy, and the CWU Wildcats open with a loss on the gridiron. Let's take a glance at our Weather Center forecast.
High pressure still continues to dominate our region, and that's causing an increase in temperatures. When will we finally see relief from all this heat? I'll let you know coming up.
I'm Amber Jenks, and we have all this and much more on iFIBER 1 News.
From the iFIBER 1 HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFIBER 1 News. Your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
Margarito Leyva allegedly shot Juan Gonzalez because of a Seahawk jersey and a portable speaker. Prosecutors charged the 26-year-old Moses Lake man in Grant County Superior Court with murder in the first degree. Bail was set at $1 million for Leyva. Leyva's girlfriend, Reva Heineman, a 23-year-old Moses Lake woman, is facing 1 count of rendering criminal assistance for allegedly helping Leyva when he was hiding in Pasco. Witnesses claim Leyva and Heineman went to the college apartments to talk to the 38-year-old Gonzalez and get a football jersey and a portable speaker. Leyva allegedly began arguing with Gonzalez, and it escalated to pushing and shoving. When Gonzalez called Leyva an insulting name, Leyva reportedly pulled out a gun and pointed it at Gonzalez's head. Gonzalez reportedly challenged Leyva to shoot, and he lowered the pistol and fatally shot Gonzalez in the abdomen. Nearly 100 people turned out for the Grant County Sheriff's Office Town Hall meeting in Lakeview to discuss what can be done about growing crime problem. Reporter Joe Utter has the story.
It was standing room only Tuesday night for the Grant County Sheriff's Office Town Hall meeting in Lakeview. Much of the discussion focused on property crime, including thefts and burglaries. According to Jones, burglaries are up more than 300% so far in 2015. From 44 reports this year compared to just 10 during the same time period in 2014. Residents seem to be aware of increased criminal activity in the area, and Jones urged the community to remain vigilant.
They're going to keep victimizing people out here until you as a community and us as partnering with you as law enforcement along with the entire criminal justice system and making sure that we're either run them out of here or they start behaving like normal human beings.
To help combat the growing crime problem in Lakeview, Jones said he is working to have more patrols in the area.
What I'm telling you is that I'm pledging to you that we are going to figure out a way to put more deputies out here on patrolling this area. Obviously, for the amount of population that's out here, it's a relatively high call volume out here.
Jones said he is hoping to have surveillance cameras installed in the community, similar to the cameras placed in the Larson community. This is Joe Utter for iFIBER 1 News.
A forensic report indicates a former Soap Lake man did not shoot himself in Belize. Tim McNamara, a 66-year-old man, was found dead outside his home in Belize on December 25, 2014, after an alleged argument with his niece, 44-year-old Soap Lake resident Tracy Nessel. According to a civil lawsuit filed in Grant County Superior Court, Jennifer Ralston and her brother Caleb McNamara, cousins to Nessel, claims Nessel shot the victim in the back of the head as he was leaving the home. Nessel reportedly told police McNamara grabbed the gun and accidentally shot himself. She later said the victim committed suicide. A forensic report from the National Forensic Science Service in Belize claims McNamara did not shoot himself. Police reportedly found blood splatter on the blouse belonging to Nessel. The Belize Police Department initially ruled the death a suicide, but a warrant was issued through Interpol in June for Nessel for murder. Nessel reportedly moved back to Grant County, and local law enforcement do not have jurisdiction to arrest her. She would need to be extradited back to Belize. A man allegedly broke into and slept in 3 downtown Moses Lake businesses. An employee at business in West 3rd Avenue reportedly noticed the front door tied shut with an apron and a light on inside a storage room. According to Moses Lake Police, on Tuesday, she reportedly went inside the storage room and shut off the light when she noticed someone moving and called police. Moses Lake Police reportedly found Luke Mickle, a 31-year-old transient, in a hallway connecting several businesses. Police allegedly found clothing, including a pair of pants with Mickle's identification, wine, and a pillowcase filled with items taken from the businesses. Mickle was arrested for burglary in the second degree and obstructing a law enforcement officer. Now we take a look at people being sought by law enforcement.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
We'll be back right after this.
My name is Kat Sanderson, Managing Broker for Pillar Rock Realty Group. We love the Columbia Basin because it's our home, and we want to give back to our community by kicking off our Pay It Forward campaign. If you buy or list with us, we will donate 1% of our total proceeds to a local charity of your choice and in your name. Call us today at 754-4444 or visit pillarrockrealty.com because we are your local real estate experts.
What's white and yellow and red all over? If you said the local book telephone directory, the one with the purple sunset on the cover, then you're right. In print and online at statewideyp.com, it features up-to-date local maps, community information, and a calendar of events. With a restaurant dining guide with full local menus and a reverse directory, you're sure to find the number you're looking for. It's the best way to get the information you need. Pick up a copy of the local book today or visit statewideyp.com.
Now for your iFIBER 1 News Weather Center forecast.
I'm meteorologist Mike Sines with a look at your weather forecast brought to you by Barry Motors, one great place to buy and service a car. Weather headlines, we still have dry air out there that's going to help as far as increasing temperatures, and that's going to definitely help with us reaching 90 by the time the weekend rolls around. Here's our almanac for us here in Ephrata. We're going to see 50 was our low this morning. No rain to talk about. Sun's going to set right around the 722 mark. 723 rather, and the record high was set back in 2011 with 98. The record low back in 2003 with 42. For our friends in Moses Lake, they saw a low this morning of right around 46 degrees, the record high back in 2011 with 97, and the record low set back in 1970 with 42 degrees. No rain to talk about at all for our friends in Moses Lake, and as you can see, the sun will set just a few minutes before us at 7:22 for our friends in Moses Lake. Right outside your door right now, it is 84 degrees. That temperature is still rising, and we are sunny right now, and that's the way it is going to continue for the next few days. That's because we still do have this high pressure system dominating our region. Few very scattered showers, very isolated in nature up towards Canada. That's going to continue to move on out, and this high pressure system is going to move ever so slightly to the east. As it does so, it's going to expand, and as it expands, that's going to set us up very, very nicely for the weekend, where we will be seeing 90-degree temperatures, and that's going to be the case in some of the regions. For tomorrow, they could see upper 80s close to 90. Our coastal regions calling for lower 70s, upper to low 80s in the inland northwest. Yakima, our hot spot, 90 degrees. Taking a closer look into the Columbia Basin, 87 for us here in Ephrata, 86 in Moses Lake. 89 out towards the west, where we are going to call for sunny skies all across the board. We could see a few cirrus clouds here and there, very high, thin, wispy clouds as you look up in the sky. Nothing in the way of rain, though, and that's because we still have this huge high pressure system. Changes are on the way, though, folks, so don't give up hope just yet. We still are going to see 80s across the board, upper 80s. Sun is going to continue, and my 7-day outlook is going to call for heating up, especially Friday into Saturday. Saturday calling for a high of 94. Sunday it's still going to be warm, but take a look at next week. Finally some relief from all of this heat. We're going to go partly cloudy skies for Monday, and then Tuesday and Wednesday, we are going to have a cold front that'll come through. This will help drop temperatures down in bringing our highs back to normal right around 70, and we are going to see partly cloudy skies.
Paying your Grant PUD bill with ePay is like getting free cuts in line. You pay when you want, how you want. Get free cuts in line with Grant PUD ePay. Visit grantpud.org.
Oh, dude, I'm just in the theater. It's totally cool.
Ah.
It's easy to buy insurance and forget about it. But the more you learn about your coverage, the more gaps you may find. Like how you thought you were covered for this.
It's a profound statement.
But you're not even covered for this.
It's a profound statement.
Or how you may be covered for this, but not for something like this. Talk to farmers and see what gaps could be hiding in your coverage.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
The Lady Tigers turned in a dominating performance on the pitch in Quincy last night. The team looks pretty solid despite its youth this season. Here's Sean Wells with the story.
It was the first game of the season for Quincy hosting Ephrata in a non-league match. Both teams were eager to get on the pitch to face off against their rival. The Tigers sported a new-look team, only returning 3 upperclassmen from last year's state semifinal appearance. Both teams were physical right out of the gate, trying to win possession. Maya Spencer broke the scoreless tie for Ephrata in the 29th minute and knocked in her second goal in the 36th. Spencer, along with Jamie Oxis, recorded hat tricks for the Tigers. Oxis scored 2 of her goals in the second half. Gabrielle Flores knocked in the lone goal for Quincy in the 61st minute. Ephrata is back in action this Saturday hosting Grandview, while Quincy travels to Warden to take on the Cougars. For iFIBER 1 News, Sean Wells.
Central Washington gave defending Division II champion Colorado State Pueblo an early scare when the Wildcats knotted the game 7-all at the end of the first quarter. But the Thunderwolves refocused and then reeled off 31 unanswered points to win going away 41-14. 5 Central turnovers didn't help the team's cause as CSP converted each miscue into points on the board. Wildcat QB Jake Nelson had a pedestrian day, completing 15 of 30 passes for 190 yards and 2 TDs. Wideout Kent McKinney Jr. caught 6 of those tosses for 84 yards and a score. Nelson's other touchdown came on a 34-yard connection to Arthur Burns. The Thunderwolves turned out 298 rushing yards against the Wildcats, led by brothers Cameron and Bernard McDonald. Cameron rushed for 176 yards on 23 carries and 3 touchdowns. Bernard carried the rock 17 times for 129 yards. Central heads to St. George, Utah to butt heads with Dixie State on Thursday. Taiwan Walker gave up 3 home runs, only lasted 3+ innings, and the Mariners dropped a 9-7 contest to the Rangers at Safeco Field. Walker gave up a solo home run to Mitch Moreland in the second, a 3-run shot to Sinshu Chu in the third, and a 2-run homer to Rogned Odor in the fourth. Walker had allowed just 2 home runs in 31 1/3 innings in 5 August starts. Cole Hamels was credited with the win for Texas. He allowed 4 runs in 7 innings on 8 hits, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. Hamels' night got off to a dicey start when Jesus Sucre hit a wicked line drive up the middle that glanced off his glove and hit him in the left shoulder. Hamels fell over backwards and Sucre ended up with an infield hit. Hamels was checked out quickly by manager Jeff Bannister and trainer Kevin Harmon, but stayed in the game, much to the M's dismay. We'll be back after this commercial break.
You don't have to drive to Seattle for exceptional cancer care. Confluence Health's cancer program delivers world-class care close to home. We have a highly experienced oncology team in a state-of-the-art facility, and we're a member of the Seattle Cancer Care Alliance, which gives our patients access to world-renowned therapies developed at Fred Hutchinson, the University of Washington Medicine, and Seattle Children's. Together with the SCCA, we're delivering world-class cancer care close to home.
Our spotlight story tonight is about a longtime bus driver for People who is soon retiring from transporting patients from Moses Lake to Wenatchee. Reporter Cameron Probert has her story.
Mary Davey made her last trip on Thursday to bring patients from Grant County to Wenatchee for treatments at hospitals. For 4 days a week, during the last 7 years, the now 71-year-old Davey has helped busloads of patients make their appointments. Her route stops in Moses Lake, Ephrata, and Quincy to pick up patients. Davey began working for People 9 years ago after she retired the first time. She said retirement didn't agree with her, so she decided to take a job working for the bus service. After 2 years, she decided to switch to the Health Express shuttle.
But this bus and the babies on this bus are what make my life. Walking away from that is the hardest thing I'll ever do.
She praised the organization's administrators, her fellow drivers, and the team in Moses Lake. She said the riders became her family as they travel from Grant County to Wenatchee for treatments.
These people get on my bus, and some of them are fighting for their very lives since day one. And you take them back and forth to Wenatchee, you hold their hands, you hug them, you love them, you give them encouragement, because a lot of them were going for cancer treatment, and they don't know if they're going to make it or not. That starts the family unit, and everybody hugs everybody. Everybody is together as a family on that bus.
Davey shares her riders' struggles, as many of them fight for their lives. She called them her babies, and when one of them is able to stop riding the bus to go for treatments, it's a moment to cheer.
They leave the bus because they're done with their treatments and so on, and you're happy to see them go, and you're happy to see them happy and well. And it takes me 2 or 3 days before I get over missing them, because I'm used to having them in my family all the time. But what is really heartwarming to me is I can be like at Walmart or at the post office or somewhere, and sorry, I call them my babies, I don't know why, I just always have, and somebody will yell my name, and I'll turn around and it's one of my babies from way back when, and we just stand on the street corner and hug. We don't care.
For Mary Jean Albertus, the shuttle and Davey have become fixtures in her life, as first her husband and then she struggled with cancer.
Mary has become a part of the family. In fact, I used to joke with my husband and said he had an extra girlfriend, because he would come home and tell me what him and Mary talked about or disagreed on, and it just made his day riding with her. She's going to be very well missed.
For iFIBER 1 News, this is Cameron Probert reporting.
We'll be right back after this.
Quincy Foods, LLC, a subsidiary of Norpac Foods, is seeking motivated individuals to fill the positions of general laborer for their corn harvest season. They have full-time seasonal openings, must be 18 years old and older, willing to work swing shift. Great people to work for in a challenging food processing environment. Apply at 222 Columbia Way in Quincy between 8 and 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, or online through WorkSource. Quincy Foods is an equal opportunity employer.
At Moses Lake Community Health Center, we have had the privilege to serve the local community since 1978.
What I like about working at this clinic more than any other clinic that I've worked at is the patient care. With the patient care team that we've assembled, it allows us to take care of as many facets of the patient and their family's needs.
Please take the opportunity to experience the high-quality care provided at our clinics.
Welcome back. Fans of bluegrass music are returning to George for the 9th annual George Washington Bluegrass Festival. It starts on Monday and runs through September 20th at the George Community Park. Live bluegrass bands are playing on Friday and Saturday, including the Homegrown String Band, Bertha Whiteside and Friends, the Jangles, Rusty Hinges, and Pickled Okra. The festival is an annual fundraiser for the George Community Hall. Along with music, there are numerous smaller events throughout the festival, like the Wednesday night High and Howdy Ice Cream Social, the Thursday night Potluck at the Pavilion, and Sunday morning's Bread of Life Cowboy Church. Admission is free for the entire festival. A man is accused of leading Moses Lake police on a chase through the city in a stolen car. Prosecutors charged Martin Juarez Jr., a 30-year-old Moses Lake resident, in Grant County Superior Court with possession of a stolen vehicle, attempting to elude a pursuing police vehicle, possession of methamphetamine, reckless endangerment, and 2 counts of hit and run. Moses Lake police officers initially spotted the stolen 1991 Honda Accord outside of an East Cherry Street home on September 5th. The officers waited for someone to return to the vehicle. Juarez reportedly arrived and got into the vehicle and fled when police tried to stop him. The chase allegedly went through several residential neighborhoods and reached speeds of about 60 miles per hour. Juarez reportedly avoided spike strips twice, ran several stoplights and stop signs, and drove into oncoming traffic several times in an attempt to elude police. The car started having engine problems on State Route 17. Juarez allegedly ran from the vehicle and officers chased him to the area of a nearby business. They reportedly used a taser and pepper spray to subdue him. The Moses Lake Museum and Arts Center is hosting a free evening of poetry on Thursday at 7 p.m. Spokane poet Todd Marshall discusses his own journey toward an appreciation of poetry and the need for the art form in the 21st century. He's reading selections from his own and others' works. Marshall's first collection of poetry, Dare Say, won the 2002 University of Georgia's Contemporary Poetry Series. He has gone on to publish an anthology and 2 more books of verse, from the latest being 2014's Bugle. Marshall teaches creative writing and literature at Gonzaga University. The museum store offers copies of Marshall's books for sale, and a brief book signing is scheduled to follow the presentation, which is open to all ages. In Northwest news, a woman seeks refuge in the middle of freeway traffic. Police say she's the target of an attack, and it's bystanders who jump in to help protect her. For KATU, Corey Marshall shows us how it all unfolded.
You're looking at the aftermath. Minimal backup compared to only an hour before, when Vancouver police say about a dozen drivers intervened in what can only be described as an on-foot freeway attack. According to investigators, people driving by saw this man, 26-year-old Daryl Klassen, punching a woman as she continued driving up northbound I-205 just shy of the SR-14 exit. Witnesses told police she gradually slowed, eventually putting on her flashers and pulling over. What happened next is nothing short of bizarre. Police say she darted into traffic in an attempt to escape her accused attacker. Only Klassen didn't run off, he ran toward her. Vancouver Police Corporal Dwayne Boynton was one of the first officers on scene. He says drivers created a wall protecting the woman from oncoming traffic and eventually detaining Klassen, even fastening a pair of makeshift handcuffs onto him until police arrived. Officers say Klassen also hit one of the drivers who tried to help.
I'm really thankful that people kind of stepped up and helped out where they could, because this could have been a lot worse if people hadn't intervened, and just simply watched and called 911.
Klassen's rap sheet is long. These are just a few of the nearly 20 mugshots the Multnomah County Sheriff's Office has on file. In later booking photos, you'll notice the face tattoo that reads Brood. We're told it's a sign of gang affiliation. His previous charges range from theft to failure to register as a sex offender. Now there's a few more to add to the mix. Klassen faces both assault and reckless endangerment charges.
That's going to do it for us here at iFIBER 1 News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.